I had awakened one morning to the sound of singing birds, the buzzing of honeybees, and the hot, beaming blanket of the sun, each just as loud and in focus as the others, as far as my ears could hear and my eyes could see. I stepped outside onto the moist, wet grass, covered with the accumulation of the morning dew, as patches of shade would slowly dance on the grass with the sun. As I looked up at the sky, opposite the sun, I could sense that this was a new day for me to shine with the recovering movement of my ego. I was feeling cocky with arrogance in the growing of my ego, but I immediately went into prayer under the sun for all of nature to witness. The Spirit did mention to me about the rise of the ego, but I had no idea that it would happen this soon. It was as though my ego just jumped into place and was more than ready for its turn with my flesh. I was to speak for the first time in years just 2 days later. Maybe this was the cause of my new feelings of attitude. Whatever the cause, for the first time in this lifetime, my mind was becoming noisy with words, visions, and ideas that were not loud to me before. I could see my solitude being tempted, and it was falling back on the fountain of choice. The ego needs equal space in the body, as does the spirit, but after the body, the ego has nowhere to go except to perish. The spirit will survive and go on to its unity with oneness, being rejoined with the ultimate power of all, which is pure. Being able to speak again in a few days would surely produce words which lack purity and cause me to start gaining the weight of the flesh. From this point on, the brain once again would become mediator to the spirit and ego. With a quarter lifetime of spiritual studies, I knew that I could not be the tyrant of a lifetime past. But I would produce deeds that would have to be addressed later. This was a debt being paid to the spirit that did help me to see the love from my spirit first in this lifetime, assuring my brain that I would not leave the harshest marks of ego and flesh, meaning present physical harm to others, in this life. The day came for my silence to end, just as it was marked in my agreement to learn the ways and teachings of the temple. I had fulfilled this part of the agreement, and now was to move to the next level of learning. I was able to keep my word by not speaking a word, and this was one commitment to the Spirit which I did not ignore or fall short of. I was one of many others who would be speaking for the first time since we gave our promise to this lesson. The pride and honor that follow this deed will always be carried with valor. It showed me that life with nature is a true lesson of simple reason with humble rewards. During that time, I received more riches and treasures from the memories of nature's gift than anything I've ever received as a material treasure from man. The choice not to speak and to become one with nature was not only an easy one for me at that time in my life, but also one which has enlightened and motivated my existence with spirit and nature for lifetimes to come.
As I stood in line with the others in my class who also vowed their silence to the power of the word, I could only imagine what trials and tribulations their souls had endured. And as I heard some of these men speak, I was overcome with an energy which I was not aware could come over me so strongly. But now as I look back, I have no doubt that some of those brothers carried the spirits of some of the warriors who stood by my side as we did battle just one lifetime ago. As it had torn my heart to watch them fall in battle in the past, it now did my heart good to see them rise to the Spirit in this lifetime. And when my turn to speak came, I could see their eyes light up and become teary, as if they were being reunited with a long-lost family member. The power of the Spirit was alive and well in my brothers and me, as it touched all of us with unity and love.
This day for us was not as we had lived most of our days in the previous life, but resembled our last few days of that life, when some of my brothers surrendered to our spirits.
Wow, I really enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see what's next.